Greetings and salutations, BroadCoven. I would say good day or good evening, but the reality is, what's time? What's time anyway but a bunch of BS, just a belief construct. And I have to say, you know, wherever you are, I hope you arriving here is right on time. It's time to do an all signs read where we're tapping into the energy in play, but it is new moon and it is the Sagittarian new moon. And we've already done quite a bit of astro talk on this particular one. So I just want to dive into the energy, scry into that collective soup and pull out some messages for you all. But I thought we would start out first with just a general read of the collective energy at this time to open things up in a kind of different way. I feel like doing something a little different. And then, of course, we will go into the individual sign reads, opening up first with Sagittarius, going in order of the zodiac from there, because it is their solar return. So it's all about Sag right now, and it is their new moon. And that's the way we roll around here, okay? But without further ado, at 1:13 on the clock, we're diving into the collective energy. I'm working with the super awesome future cards here, and we're just going to get a real simple read. We're going to pull out the dice. We're going to get some numbers for you. And then I mixed some charms in with the letters. We're just going to take a handful out, and I'm going to get some messages because these reads are going to be more direct to the point, okay? No chaser, just the way Sag delivers it to be in harmony with that new moon energy we got coming in here. For some of you, it will be coming in the wee hours of December 1st. All depends on where you are in the world. So let's just get to it right now and see with the super awesome future cards, what is the collective theme of this energy coming in with this Sagittarian new moon that will lead us up in this lunar cycle to the full moon in Gemini, where we currently have a Jupiter-Gemini conjunction going on. That's been going on for a while. That's going to continue to be in alignment clear through next summer. I also have to say we got another important retrograde cycle kicking off, and that is Mars retrograde, which I believe comes in on the 5th or 6th, right around there. It's going to be in play for a long time, though, I have to say, all the way through 2026, some point in 2026, that energy will shift. So a lot's happening right now. Oh, man, you know, to have Mars retrograde, I mean, that's kind of an intense energy in and of itself, especially with the way it's going to be influencing communication, okay? So this coming in right off the bat, big influence with the energy in play at this time. We know that Mars is one of Scorpio's rulers, okay? So that really connects us to the cycles that we're closing up at this time, especially now that we are moving into that Aquarian energy. We got Venus is in Aquarius, okay? So sharing that energy of Pluto going into Aquarius. There's a lot happening here, folks. It's anyone's guess how it'll shake out, okay? But we're going to tap into the energy for what it's worth and just see what comes through here for the collective. Bottom of the deck. Ooh, well, you know, do you want to be a dreamer? Do you want to be a bummer, man? It's up to you. You get to chart the map. You get to choose what quest you're going to go on here, collective. I have to say, there is an opportunity, Spirit says, to make a wish, but be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. So there's something about understanding what's gone awry in the past that can help you perhaps wish more wisely. This round, we should help with a little help from your guides who will bring you synchronicities that will line up your coordinates and help you know where your true happiness really does lie. Then you can set those seeds of creation into motion to carry on the wind. Right now, it's looking a little cloudy. It's looking a little hazy. We got Jack Frost on the scene, also trying to hide the trail that leads up to the North Node, the destiny, the dream activation. So we have to have our wits about us. There could be some very convincing characters coming around. They appear to come in out of nowhere. Do they carry special magics with them, much like the Tuatha De Danann did? When they arrived in a mist on the scene in Ireland back in ancient times, could this be a bit of the past resurfacing now, a bit of magic being recovered that needs to be reclaimed and enacted at this time when things have become a little too humdrum for the collective, a little too predictable? Time to make some stuff happen, but there's also that piece of wisdom. There's gifts being activated now, collective. It's all about how you're using your consciousness, but do be aware of what is veiled and possibly not currently understood. Can't be understood either with the logical mind, okay? This is a bit of magic weaving through our reality, and it's getting aligned with the correct path. At this time, as you're meant to have your journey unfold, hopefully you're living an anecdotal life. You're not living formulaic here. I like how this is starting out, all right? So we have to think of that Sagittarian energy. Sagittarian is aligned with the energy of Jupiter. It's benevolent, it's big, it's bold. It's also, you know, it can get a bit cocky, but sometimes you need a little bit of that energy to get things in motion. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to get too big for your britches here. But there's reason to be optimistic, okay? And there's nothing wrong with being optimistic. There's also nothing wrong with hedging your bets a little bit, I have to say. But there is blessing energy that is there for the taking. You just want to be wise about making your wishes. And who seems to hold the key to the activation of those wishes, I'm hearing? Are they really the helpful influence they seem to be? There's still that trickster energy out there. We know we have to be mindful about the steps we take here. These cards are hard to shuffle, I have to say. They've been used a lot, okay? So it's not the best shuffle here. What can I say? It's okay. That's a bit like life right now. You might feel like that. It's not the best shuffle, man. Can I be dealt another hand? Oh no, this is the ride you're on with the rider. You may not have your coordinates yet, but you will soon. I got the month of October coming in as quite relevant here, okay? So there could have been something that went down in October. It was put on pause, okay? It moves forward now. It moves forward now in this lunar cycle. And I see that there because we do have that new moon off in the distance, okay? So this is the road opening here. There is the need to travel light and perhaps also to take one's head out of the sand, face something without fear. You might be moving forward in a rather unusual way, but you're in for a spirit of adventure, I feel. You do arrive at some kind of destination. Currently, it's destination unknown though, okay? But this is preparing for some grand adventure here. We got some crossing energy and also some energy here that's at the basis of the matter. I think I want to look at the crossing energy first because it looks like it's in the process of turning out of a cross position, or is it headed south? I don't know. Let's see how it came out. Oh, it is coming up out of a particular cross position and it is headed due north. Oh, yes, we got quite a tale. It's a tale as old as time, I have to say. We do have something on the attack here. Things are about to get a little strange. I feel like something has been holding back energy, biding time, you could say. I mean, praying mantis, it is coming through as the feminine, I have to say. We got number 6 coming in here. Some kind of vision is being enacted at this time. It's got some people scattering. I do feel this is something that will come to a head with the full moon in Gemini on the 15th here. Yes, because 15 breaks down to 6. Be prepared for this vision. It is a little out of the world. It could be like invasion from Mars. Oh, I see. Invasion from Mars. That makes sense because Mars is going retrograde. Perhaps Mars is going retrograde on the 6th. That could be clarification of the date, okay? something from the past reactivates at this time. It could be a feminine on the attack, I have to say. There are people scattered here. The sky was all purple. There were people running everywhere. I had to run from my destruction, you know, I didn't even care, okay? So, yeah, I mean, maybe that's part of the deal. If you want to go for this ride, you know, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. But there is love on the line here. And this is quite a magical kind of love, I have to say. We got that Centaurian energy coming through. Also, the last unicorn, the last opportunity for this magic moment, perhaps. Okay, so 3 energy coming in here, 6 energy coming in. We got 1 energy too. Something closes to begin in a new direction that weaves a new kind of magic, activates some kind of wish, but there are rats on the scene and we do need to be aware of this. Somebody's watching someone make a run for it, make a run, make a break for their destiny. They have to kind of like ditch a couple back here though. But there are watchful eyes. That's what I see. Okay. Who gets the bag? Who runs off with the prize? That is the theme here. You know, either you're on the take or you're out there for yourself, you know, going rogue, going your own way, because you realize you got to flee a particular scene or ditch a particular crowd, this kind of energy. But why? To come into alignment with love. But where there's love, there's always those that are on the attack or on the take too. So this is something to be aware of. All right, what's the basis of this matter? Oh, secrecy. Yes, what's done. What's done in the dark with the cats here. Who will get the fancy feast? It was fancy at one time. It's not so fancy now. Perhaps King Fancy's lost the keys to the kingdom. Now there's a plot that is hatching here as we speak, meeting in dark corners, making sure nobody's following their trail, listening in to their plans. Oh, of course, we do have secret society energy there. Secret societies do exist, okay? And they are coming into alignment at this time, all right? It's that devil energy, the flame. But see, here's the thing with the devil energy. Notice 19 coming in there. That's 10. The end and the new beginning. The devil energy in this particular deck is weak. It doesn't have the strength to overthrow what is coming together, cloaked in secrecy, perhaps with a cloak of imperceptibility. There's a lot happening here, though. The basis of the matter is the wish. As you wish, so be wise about what you wish for, because you just might get it. And your thoughts are things, they carry the weight of responsibility. To your own self be true, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to love, because you are one of love and love follows you. That's what's coming through there. Let me do a cut of the deck to cap this off, because these are going to be just, you know, more condensed drop-ins here. Yes, we have to search. We have to search for a remedy for what ails the collective. It's a bit of psyops. It's a bit of mind control. It's a bit of MK Ultra, I have to say. But we can overcome this collective sickness if we find the balance and power. And oh, look what we reclaim on the other side. 8 again, the sun. The sun shines again. Isn't that beautiful and brilliant the way that came back around? Remember, the sun was obscured with the wish. I must find it now because it is so visually punctuating, I have to say. Punctuating is a word that's been coming out recently a lot. Punctuated. These are punctuating times, okay? Look at this. This was the basis of the matter, right? The wish. That sun was covered and now it's all clear. It might take some solar flares, I have to say. And with that, yes, the sun was wanted to be pushed away by those who fear this expansion. But this expansion is coming in with the spaceship, and there's a lot of bless up energy around it. And from this point, it's to infinity and belong. And belong. Ooh, to infinity and belong. I was going to say beyond, but you're going to find where you belong, to infinity and beyond. First, you have to go your own way, though. You have to go your own way. You have to break from a crowd, a particular pack. And that can even be a pact, to adhere to a certain way of doing things. We must, in order to move into this expansion, I have to say. Yeah, there's a breakup here that is required, but it's a breakup of intrigue. It's a breakup of what is meant to be capsized at this time, I have to say, in order to really activate the new destiny. And there's that Sagittarian energy. It's the triumph over the past. Okay? It's the triumph over the past, to break away from what has controlled, to break away from what has anchored, to create a new cycle with that squid medicine there. And that's what brings alignment, you see. Lots of 11s came through here. Lots of 11s. So there's progression. What ends continues forward. It builds quietly. I got that. Yeah, so we had 2 11 confirmations come through, 8s as well. Okay. 7 8s. Right? The vision that's trusted, that comes in an unusual way, that comes in through synchronicity, that comes in through just some dumb luck, that comes in through what you could call coincidence. That is what cures what ails us, okay? So there's a need to really follow that insight when those messages come in absurd ways. It will come through absurdity. There's progression. There's progression here. Very clear progression. What ends brings alignment is the message. And there is help and assistance, and also gifts, spiritual gifts being activated that will allow you to alchemize what's necessary to clear this fog and escape the lands of the mists of confusion, to actually find the way through to the sun once again. The lights coming on in the room, all things shining. But where there's this desire for expansion, and we had quite a few 8s come out as well, where there's desire for expansion, you will always have that sly fox on the scene. Remember, Jackal Frosty was known as a sly silver fox. So even as the message gets out there, there's others listening in concealment, I have to say, that would like to thwart this. But it looks like the sun shall be reclaimed, as long as we keep our focus in the right place, okay? And there's a little clue about that came in, spilling the tea with the tea tag today. And it says, it's very Sagittarian, I have to say. It says, honesty is an expensive gift. To not expect it from cheap people. Warren Buffett said that. Warren Buffett, powerful man. Wealth of wisdom there. Emphasis on the wealth. So very interesting messages coming through here for the collective. let's go ahead and get a roll of the dice and let's see how we fare. Collectively, where are we at with this new moon and Sagittarius energy coming in? I like it. Warren Buffett approved. Looks like we're moving forward quite quickly here. This is good energy. We got the number 6 and we got the number 5. Look at that. 11 right there, right off the bat. Total alignment for us to move forward. But that's the thing. You got to spot the opportunity, right? You got to spot the opportunity. That came in on the Libra download last night. The road opens, you know, the old cycle balances out. There's something here that's paid in full, but you could be a martyr. You could hold yourself back, or you could take the opportunity to jump into the alignment. There is change here, okay, with the 5, but 5s also fix things. They fix the vision and hold it in place. This is opening up despite opposition, you know, but you can oppose yourself. You can jinx yourself. You can cross yourself. You can catch yourself up at the crossroads. Why? Because you lack the heart or you lack the brains to see, you know, what's quite obvious, that you don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. Those winds of change. You could also lack the courage, okay? Or even lack the recognition of where you belong, what's been with you all along, and the fact that you have the power to activate it at will. You have to look at these pieces too. Life path 5, life path 6 could be coming in significantly there. Okay. We also have, you know, 11 energy here. That could be November, could be significant as well. See, we had the progression there too. We had October, then we have November. So there's something here that is progressing. It's progressing in stages. It's to bring about a certain alignment and open a road. Okay. I'm noticing on this 5 and this 6 here on the sides, double 4s, 8 energy. 44 coming in as a power number 2, building block for the future, okay? Master number. These two coming together create a building block for the future. It's the activation of a vision. There might be communication coming in here too. The 5th could be a significant date for communication around this, a piece of this. Continued communication coming in potentially on the 6th, okay? You know, those 2 days, the 5th and the 6th, some kind of communication coming in with some kind of clue about a way to move forward, right? An opening. Could be life path 5, life path 6 coming together. Could be life path 11. That would be 2 energy, okay? Very interesting. All right, this looks good though. This does look good. All right. Let's see what we get here. Now, this is a combination of charms and letters. I'm only going to take out one handful here. This is already quite a good opening download for the collective, but we're going to do much more condensed, straight from the hip with lots of lip, using just old-fashioned cartomancy to get the individual sign messages here. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Let's see what comes out. Oh, we got quite a few charms, I have to say. Okay. So yes, whatever you plant at this time with the acorn coming out here, it has roots. It grows, it endures, it has longevity, it has legacy energy. Oak tree medicine coming in as significant. Well, we do have the Oak King, okay? Very active at this time of year. Yes, plant your seeds, plant them wisely. They will grow. They will grow roots. They will grow roots and they will grow branches. Something that outlasts your lifetime. This is the potential. We have to remember a seed is just a potential. It's an infinite possibility, but do you take the seed? Do you plant it? So there's some ace coming through here. I'm getting Ace of Pentacles energy that comes in this new moon. It holds no power. It means nothing if you don't plant it. It could be the thing that opens up your road to the Stone of Destiny, but you have to plant the seed. It comes through visionary. This is also like druid energy coming through really strongly. Some of you may feel you have druid lineage, like you have druid roots. Those are your magical lineage roots, druid coming through strongly, connecting with the elder trees, coming in very strongly, dryad energy, okay? We also have a piece of shungite that came through here, actually 2 pieces of shungite. Okay, so there are 2 in this situation who could use some better grounding because there's a lot of energy that comes through your connection with each other that can feel quite destabilizing. So it's very necessary that each individual really gets grounded. Also, each of you holds a piece of a particular vision that needs to be planted. So in order for that to come through and an understanding of a particular connection, there needs to be roots put down here. Focus on your grounding. Shungite. You can take shungite and you can put it in water and you can drink it. You can charge the water with it. It'll make you really strong. It makes you embody almost the energy of lightning. That's the best way I can describe it. It grounds things out, but it strengthens and it lights things up. Okay, this coming through. You will get a key that opens your road and it does lead to your destiny. So you have to be on the lookout for it. There are those that are in opposition to this with the canon here. There are those that are at war with this. And we do see this as well on the worldwide stage. It's at the forefront of the consciousness. And yet the Stone of Destiny is there to be claimed. It is there. We can claim it. What does our future hold as we scry into that crystal ball? Well, that's up to us. We project the vision. Let's see what we got here. See if I got any words coming through here. I got hat. What hat will you wear? What hat will you wear? A hard hat? Are you going to get to work? Or will you wear a rather fancy fascinator for going to the ball? Will it be a top hat? Okay. How many hats are you wearing? Is there one you haven't tried on yet? I got fan. You might need to put on your detective hat. I just thought of how in movies and cinematography, they will often have an image of a fan going at times when there is the desire to stir up a feeling of suspicion or intrigue because something is going on. What is smoke and mirrors? What is just an act? That's up to you to know what program are you running. I got run here, okay? Run far. Run far from your fears is the message that's kind of coming through there. Run far from your fears. They have no use where you're going. You have to run far from your fears, fawn. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's a beautiful message. We got fawn, like a baby deer. Run far from your fears. Move toward greener, gentler pastures. The fawn becomes the stag, the Stone of Destiny. You're just at the beginning. You're just at the beginning. I also got rat. We know that there are rats on the scene, okay? And that's one way of looking at that word, but also the rat. The rat is resourceful. The rat was the first to greet the Buddha in Chinese astrology. So there's something here about be shrewd. Be shrewd. Use your intelligence too, okay? You may not realize how far you've already come. That will become clear. That's what I got. Okay? And there's something about where you're at right now that you're missing. And it's important that you see it. Okay? So initials, letters, we have N, U, I, A, T, F, A, R. And that's funny because I brought in the sky was all purple. There were people running everywhere. And now I got purple rain, rain coming through. Okay. So there's a lot that's being cleansed right now, right? There's a lot that's being released right now. There's a lot that's being transformed. Okay. I saw hut too. So we know hut. Baba Yaga's hut. There's some magic going on. There's some wild magic going on. What is the cost of reward? You know, these themes playing out quite strongly. Let me go ahead and put these back in too. So quite the download coming in there. I find that fascinating, but it feels very fitting. And it does feel sort of like a grab bag energy. You know, but you'll come up empty-handed if you don't take the risk to sort of like, you know, reach into the bag and see what you can pull out of it. You can pull a rabbit out of the hat with that top hat. It's true. You have the ability to make stuff happen. But you have to be shrewd. You have to use your intelligence, okay? All right, let's dive into it with Sagittarius coming in at 3238, okay? Change, transformation, alignment coming in right off the bat. And we see here with the 6 of diamonds coming up in the shadow, there is something to be balanced out karmically here, okay? So let's have a look at that, because there is something that still is kind of like holding you back from a momentum that is ready to get going here. It's like it's almost impeding a natural flow that your soul is being called to go here, Sag. So we need to figure out what this is, especially as you're just opening up your solar return here. We want your next trip around the sun to be a grand adventure. So let's check it out and see, what is this message? What is this that needs to be balanced out for Sag? What is this karmic tie or energy that's sort of holding them back? Oof. It's something you need to end, and you know you've needed to end it for a while, I have to say. It's coming through in the light, okay? So it is something you're aware of. Whatever ending this was, whatever went down here, it's pretty harsh, okay? I do see there's a lot of heart forward here, especially with the masculine, considering taking an action to maybe bring a sense of rest to something where there hasn't been rest. Somebody can't rest in their heart with the way something went down, the way it ended. It's too much of a disappointment. It feels like too much of a loss. Look at that. There's the 44 energy right there. All right. There's something here that feels like it needs to be rectified. Yeah, it needs to be turned around because it feels too harsh, I have to say. That's what's coming through. Maybe something was ended under false pretenses. Like, had I known, or had I had this piece of the puzzle, I would have chose differently. Something's being illuminated here. This is what's coming in for you. There's the closing of an old heavy cycle here in light of new information. It changes an approach to something. Suddenly the heart understands where it belongs. Your energy coming through really strong here in the light, okay? I feel you're being put in the light regarding something that puts you in a place of proper alignment with the Four of Clubs here. It has something to do with a bit of information coming your way that you did not have before. And this is what lifts blocks from your situation. It makes things very clear, okay? We do have water sign energy out here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio could factor in some way. It doesn't have to be, but it does show that there is this place of really being motivated by the heart as you move forward in a situation. Let me do a cut of the deck and see what we got here. Yes, moving forward from the heart. It's just exemplifying this. So this is in relation to a choice that was made regarding a soulmate that caused you to move forward in a certain way from the heart space, but it was sort of contrived, or it was manipulated in a certain way, or there was some kind of piece of the puzzle that was missing that created imbalance, but you're going to find what's needed here to balance things out. And this could have gone down on social media here. We got Facebook, we got what's now X, used to be Twitter. So this could be a connection you've had with somebody online for like a long time. You go way back with this person, okay? And there was something that came through that created imbalance, but now something's being rectified here. Got YouTube as well, all right? So there's something here that caused things to become a bit complicated and blocked away forward here. You're going to find out about this. It's so you can rectify it. I feel like you don't know about this right now. And it could have something to do with an outside interfering element that created quite a bit of like, how can I put this? Pressure. It feels like outside pressure on a particular pathway, maybe that you wanted to explore, but it became almost like it's a burden if I go this way because of the outside pressure. See, but it limited you from coming into alignment with somebody you're supposed to come into alignment with, which will become very clear. We got Queen of Clubs, King of Clubs here, right? Two highly independent people here that both hold fire, that are meant to come together, all right? Yeah. But one was kept alone, you know, and in their head. Because of some missing piece of a puzzle. That's coming to an end, though, all right? It is coming to an end through a message that illuminates this. And it does sort of rouse intense feelings when this comes through, I have to say, this message. All right. But there's something that makes things very clear about what needs to be cut off. Like I see whatever this is that comes through, there's just definitiveness. That's how it's coming through. Definitiveness. Whatever it is, it brings you into alignment with who you're supposed to come into alignment with here. That's how it's coming through. You'll be very clear about your heart's direction as things move forward here. It opens up with some intensity. There's something that's being revealed here, but whatever this is, you know, it's that thing. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. I feel like whatever this was, it's a wish you had before that you are now kind of understanding the cost of, what it costs the heart, okay? And this is actually, ironically, the thing that, you know, is sabotaging a new beginning, held things up quite a bit, really slowed things down with the Jack of Diamonds here, right? But you need this information. It's what opens the road. That's what I got for you, Sag, all right? Capricorn coming in at 39-36. Capricorn. Let's see what is coming in for you with this new moon. Let's get some new moon messages for Capricorns. Let's get some new moon messages for Capricorn spirit. I'm already feeling the Mercury retrograde so strongly. I mean, I felt it in the pre-shadow, but I'm really feeling it now. I've just been tripping over my words, you know. You might be tripping over your words, Capricorn. There might be something you're needing to communicate to somebody that you're kind of like tripping over your words. You don't know quite how to say what you need to say. And you're trying to figure that out. That's just coming in as a side note. Basis of the matter. Ooh, okay. So there's some kind of betrayal here that is being illuminated. It almost feels like it's a review of a betrayal, like maybe recognizing some way that you could have misjudged somebody. It's coming through here with the Two of Hearts in the shadow. Okay. This caused like something to go south in a connection. This could be any kind of connection. It doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a really good friend, like, but maybe just like misjudging somebody. That's what it looks like. And you're kind of like looking at this. Maybe you want to talk to somebody about this, but you're like, oh gosh, you know, you're tripping over your words. You don't know how to say it. I think you're being too hard on yourself, whatever this is. It looks like you're feeling kind of disappointed in yourself that you misjudged somebody. That you normally like, you would never just sort of like, you know, you would never do that. You would never do that. And there's something you're learning here. See, a lot of people are going to be getting these kind of messages about recovering pieces of missing information that makes them look back at the way they dealt with situations here. Somebody could be feeling this way about you. This could be another that you were connected to. I can see how cross-watcher energy could come in here. Yeah, something was ended here, like something was cut off before it could ever even, you know, really be what it was meant to be here, because somebody misjudged somebody. That's how it's coming through. Misjudged them. How did they misjudge them? What came through here? It seems like it's something that is coming to light for you, and you're feeling a little rough about it. All right, I'm going to have to look at that top card there on the Pathfinder. You see, there's some alignment that's happening here. You're meant to come back into alignment with somebody that you kind of distanced yourself from. Yeah, look at this. Three of Spades is coming back around, okay? In the light. Something was driven apart. Like there's some connection that was driven apart because somebody misunderstood something here. Or they made a false judgment about a person. This could be somebody who's separated from you or you from another here. But there is a path forward in the future. And wow, this came in on the Libra read. Something's been transformed here. It might have been an aspect of yourself, maybe a shadow aspect of yourself that maybe a place of fear or misunderstanding that, you know, you saw a situation or a person in a certain way, but it looks like there's some kind of illumination coming in here for you that also brings about some kind of wish fulfillment as well. But I feel like right now you're just sort of receiving this. It's like something's healing within you. This is interesting for that to come in like this. That's very interesting. That came in on the Libra read. And I'm actually going to do like a healing session for the collective around this. So this might be something that you actually started to see differently as you moved out of the time of Pluto being in your sign, Pluto in Capricorn. You started to recognize that maybe you were looking at a certain connection, a friendship, or a lover, you know, an important connection, a family member, through the lens of like fear or some kind of distortion. But there's something that you've healed here. It looks like it's bringing a beginning to come back into alignment with this person. I do feel like there's going to be communication here, whoever this is, but there's fear. There's fear about this, just around like, how do I say what I need to say? Either you're feeling this way, Capricorn, or cross watcher energy. Somebody's feeling like this about you and they don't know how to approach it. Okay. Let me do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. Yeah, there's something here that's considered like a real big loss, that this didn't come into alignment. And I do feel like this is a balancing of karma. This is coming back around with the King of Spades here. Okay, so it is related to the South Node. There could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius connection as well. Okay. And something was moved away from, and it may have even felt like really harsh, or it was very difficult to move away from this, but some lost opportunity is being regained here. It's got big Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles energy. Yeah, moving away from troubles, okay? Something's been really on hold here, okay? I do feel like there was a complete cutoff in whatever this connection is, but there's some communication opening up here, and it's based on new insight as a result of what was lost, and beginning to look at things differently as you started to heal within yourself. That's what I got for you. Pretty potent stuff coming through for you this particular lunar cycle. Okay, Aquarius coming in at 4640. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what's coming in for Aquarius with this new moon cycle. What's coming in for Aquarius with this new moon cycle? What's coming in for Aquarius with this new moon cycle? We'll culminate with that Sagittarian season full moon that comes in on the 15th in Gemini. Oh, goodness. How is this going to come together again? You might be in this space. Yeah, you know, your heart's a little sore right now with the King of Hearts, or you're dealing with somebody who's feeling a little bit sore. Oh, they're not too happy about the way things are going. They might be feeling like, you know, they got to manipulate a better outcome in a situation. They think they know a better way to work things out here. You could be dealing with the water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Let's see what's coming in here. Somebody's trying to work a situation right now to get what they want out of you, I have to say. By any means necessary, I just heard, okay? Yes. They don't like the way things have been going. They're going to try to work something to their advantage. They feel like they're getting the rough deal here. 8 could be significant, okay? Let's see what's coming in here. Any more details about this, Spirit? Maybe it's just trying to give you a heads up to be aware of this, okay? Somebody's not happy with the way something rolled out here. Okay, there we go. Ooh, all right. Now we got them talking. Let's see what's coming in here. Yeah, there's a lot of conflict here. Whoo, there's a lot of conflict here with the 5 of clubs. Oh, yes, and this is a Queen of Clubs also in the shadow. This is very combative energy. I think both are feeling the same about this, okay? Feeling a little bitter, wanting to pick a fight, wanting to start a fight, okay? Something's being balanced out here, okay? This is something that needs to balance out here, I have to say. We do have a 10 of hearts coming up in the light, and we have the 8 of hearts coming up in the shadow, and we got the 2 of spades coming up in the shadow. Okay, somebody is just not, they're about to move into taking action mode. What action are they going to take? They're going to take a strong action here. They're going to lay it on real thick, I have to say. They're really going to try to work with flattery, work with really just promising all that one desires here, because they know this King of Hearts knows he really ticked off this Queen of Clubs like that. And she's ready for a fight. She may be on the attack, I have to say. We got fire sign energy and water sign energy here, okay? So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here. Really at odds, you know? This could even be somebody who likes to kind of instigate things. They like to pick fights to sort of like stir up the passion in a connection. They thrive off that drama, right? It could be one of those scenarios. A little bit of runner chaser syndrome here. I do see it because we've got the 8 of Hearts with the 2 of Spades, both coming up in the shadows. So somebody really likes to, their mode of defense is to just totally retreat and give the silent treatment, give none of that fire, to put this King of Hearts in his head, make him go, well, who are you off with? You know, what are you up to? What are you doing? You know, they like to work with that energy. They do. It's like a manipulation, okay? Yeah. I mean, whatever it is, it does seem to be working, but working in what respect? I do feel like there's a message coming in here. It's going to make somebody happy. It's going to make them feel like they won, you know, like they got the upper hand. They were able to work a situation as they wanted it to, but there's a lot of shadow elements here, and somebody has a lot of options. There's a bit of illusion spinning in this situation, okay? But this is the dynamic, all right? And no judgment is how it's coming through. This is the dynamic. So do look for, you know, one of the options to come sniffing around again. That's what I got. All right. Yeah, they want to try to thaw out that icy veneer. You know, they want to heat things up. In fact, this person likes it when this one gets mad. Like they feel it makes more, you know, for more passionate making up. Kind of the deck energy here. What do we got? We got the 7 of Diamonds. So it don't work out long term, but it works for now. We'll take it. We'll take the victory in the moment, okay? This is what this is, okay? So there may be a little bit of getting lucky after too lean of a time here with a certain somebody. Just be aware of what you're signing on for, though, because there is a hidden contract there. It could land you in hot water, I have to say. There's manipulation on both sides, though. I see it. This is sort of the dance. This is the dance you've been doing with this character for a while. Here's an opportunity for another go around. I'm just saying, with the Mercury retro energy in play, Mars, you know, retro about to go down. It's like you might be like, I know it ain't healthy, but I don't care, you know. You're in like cuffing season mode, you know. I don't want to spend the holidays alone. All right, interesting energy there, Pisces. Pisces coming in at 5311. Okay, you're about to manifest some kind of alignment here, Pisces. Something's happening. You're coming into your power. You're about to make a move here. About to shoot your shot in a particular direction or start investing on heading down particular roads. This looks good. Nice, strong energy to come out for you right out the gate, Pisces. I like it. All right, so let's see what's coming in here for Pisces. What's coming in for Pisces spirit? What's coming in for Pisces with this new moon energy? It's kicked off the Sagittarius, and we'll come to that place, the full moon on the 15th. In the sign of Gemini. What is coming in for Pisces? What is coming in for Pisces? Okay. Let's see what we got here, Pisces. Oh, we got this King of Hearts, man. We got this King of Hearts, and yeah, he's trying to come around to see what he can work to his advantage here. I see you're ready for a counter strike here. You're ready to bring on a fireball here. You got some anger toward this person. This is like a face-off here. You feel like somebody's manipulating you. You feel like somebody's running game. You don't trust what somebody's saying here. You're not buying the BS. In some cases, I know this is a little wild, but stick with me. It's in some cases, you're not trusting your own BS. You're having conversations with yourself in the mirror, like, what the hell are you thinking? Why are you doing this? Why do you keep doing this? I mean, some of you are in this process, like where you are like really integrating some stuff here. You're doing the work. You're doing the work. But I do feel like you've been dealing with a character like this too. Okay. And there's something it's frustrating for you. Okay. Because you feel like a real soul connection with this person. This person's a soulmate. They're part of your soul family. But you know that something ain't right, you know? You are exacting power in this situation, or somebody is. I think this is somebody that's approaching you. I feel like with the King of Hearts here, that's more your energy is coming up in the shadow. So is this Jack of Clubs is coming up in the shadow, okay? I feel like you are bringing a lot of fire toward this person. You are coming from a position of being angered, you know, angered because you let down the defenses to your heart in a situation, and you feel like somebody worked you, and that don't work for you, and yet you're frustrated because you feel a connection with this person. This person kind of stepped to you in like a player sort of way, I have to say. Okay, it's got that vibe. This person also misused their power in some way, and it's got you feeling manipulated. You don't like that. But I do feel like there's something here. Could be because there's some kind of reaching out, some kind of communication that's coming through here. It does got you wondering if you should entertain this, or if there's something you can kind of like manage to pull out of this mess that is a benefit to you. At the same time, I do feel like you're like kind of looking at yourself in the mirror, and you're sort of facing off with yourself. I feel like this person makes you face off with your shadow, and it's something that you've had trouble acknowledging, but you're both mirroring this to each other, whoever this character is. I mean, you're invested in the process. Maybe you don't recognize that's why you keep kind of going back here. Okay, it's because you are learning something here. There's growth that's happening here, and it does bring some kind of fulfillment. There is some fulfillment in this connection, right? I do feel like you feel connected to this person, but the thing is that the fulfillment is different than you think it is. See, there's a lot of options here. Somebody is like of the perspective like this is my one and only, or like this is just between us, and somebody else is very different from that. Like they like to spread themselves around, and that applies on all levels. Like let's say this is somebody that you feel like this is my like my closest friend, and we're totally like dialed in with each other, and you know, only we see things this way. Somebody here, they don't feel like that. Somebody here has lots of people they're close to, you know. Somebody here doesn't sort of prescribe to that kind of thinking. If this is romantically, it's the same way. This could even be like a question of loyalty. Like, why are you being loyal to that person? You know, you should only be loyal to me. And somebody else doesn't feel like that. This could be in a family situation. This could be in a friendship situation. This could be in relation to intimacy, to lovers, okay? But what I feel is one person has an idea of what the fulfillment is. I'm taking it as you, Pisces. It does feel like it's more aligned with your energy. But it's sort of like they're saying there's an opportunity here for investment that does lead to fulfillment, but it's more like the growth aspect of this connection and the challenging bits of it. There might be something about reframing what the real opportunity is in this connection that will be highlighted with the communication that comes in. I feel like it's for growth. You learn something through this interaction. Yeah, there is a message that comes in here, all right? Maybe after it's been blocked for a long time. Oof, man. And it just makes this person feel worked. Oh, they feel worked. They feel like the message itself is a manipulation, okay? is a manipulation. This person feels worked. I have to tell you, but there is a way through. There is a way through, all right, through dealing with this situation. It's weird, but it's almost like this is necessary for you to recognize something here that you haven't seen before, in the way this connection has helped you really grow or see aspects of yourself you couldn't have seen otherwise. But I think that you have an idea of how you want this connection to play out, and it looks like it's not going to play out the way you think it should, but it's exactly as it's meant to be, because it does open a road for you. It's interesting. It opens a road that leads to your true fulfillment, but you only get this bit of wisdom, this key. You need to open that road through interacting with this difficult person and seeing the interaction through a different lens. It like highlights something for you. That's what I got. That's how it's coming through. So do look for this to come in. Should you invest in the communication when it comes through? I think so, because it does look like it pays off in something for you. But I don't know if you're going to see it that way at the time. It's kind of how the message is coming in, Pisces. Okay, let's see. Let's head on up to Aries. Aries coming in at 10113. Okay, let's see what's coming in for Aries during this new moon lunar cycle that will culminate on the 15th with the full moon in Gemini. What is coming in for Aries? Aries, your ruler is going to be going retrograde, man. That's going to be interesting. Right as you're holding that position of the North Node, it's kind of an interesting dynamic going on there. I didn't even know about the Mars retrograde. I just found out about it, and to know that it's a very long-standing retrograde cycle. All right, should be interesting. Let's see what is coming in here for Aries with the new moon. What is coming in for Aries with the new moon? What is coming in for Aries with the new moon energy? What does Aries need to know? It's a message for Aries. Oh, Aries, I mean, I think you are pretty lit about something here. I think it's frustration. I think you feel frustrated. That's kind of how it's translating. You're tired of dealing with some blocks, man. You might be tired of dealing with just feeling like you're being held up, man, in the South Node energy. You also could be dealing with somebody in your situation that they feel like they're blocking you from being able to move forward in a certain way, okay? It also could be two parts of yourself that are sort of battling it out. It's interesting. I got almost that same message that came through for Pisces, like a little bit of you kind of looking at yourself in the mirror and going, what are you doing? I think that's actually what it is. There's one part of you that maybe feels really fired up and frustrated, and you want to take some kind of action, all right? But you feel blocked, and it's really frustrating you. And then the other side of you is more the tempered side of you that's trying to be very rational, trying to be smart about the way you move forward. So you're sort of like battling out between the impulsive side of yourself and the side of yourself that wants to do things in a more sort of measured sort of way. Either way, I see the way is blocked here, okay? There's blockage, but there's anger over the blockage, and you're wanting to get through a particular block. This could be in relation to a past matter with that King of Spades energy coming out. You could be dealing with an air sign energy in relation to this, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This could be related to that air quality of communication, you know. You're not sure how to open up a communication. There's frustration here. There's frustration around something not coming through the way you want it to come through. And it is the 3 energy. Could be picking up on that Gemini quality, okay? And we do have Jupiter in Gemini right now. And it's front and center. We got Mercury retrograde too. So it feels like there's some blockages here in communication. It's frustrating you. It could be related to a past matter. It could be somebody you want to find a way through with, but you don't know how to find a way through. Somebody could have blocks in place against you. But there is a desire to move things forward. I do feel like you're trying to go about this in a very like rational way. You recognize something can't be rushed with the Jack of Diamonds here. It's like slow and steady. That's where I feel like it's almost a part of yourself. It's like saying, hey, man, hold your horses, cut it out before you blow it. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe taking longer than you want, but you'll be glad that you didn't push something before it's time. Okay. That's sort of how it's coming out. Anything else around that? Give me more details about this. More details about this. Yeah, it's some kind of alignment that you're really wanting to come in, but it feels blocked. That's what I got, okay? But there's something you need to discover here. There's something you need to learn before you can actually play your hand, right? And I feel like that's the key that's going to come in here for you in this lunar cycle. All right, let's see, kind of the deck. What do we got? A lot of shadow energy here. Yeah, I mean, somebody in this situation is really in their independent energy, and it's frustrating to another because they're like, look, can you stop being so focused on yourself? Can you stop being so focused on, you know, getting the bag? Could you be more focused on mending our connection and getting back on the same page? Like somebody wants a little bit more love to come in here. And then we got, you know, Queen of Diamonds on the other side there, right? So somebody in this situation could be like, look at the Queen of Diamonds isn't looking at love, right? The Queen of Diamonds is getting the bag, you know, focused on getting the bag. And maybe is, you know, coming off as being very like cut off from this or something, but there's this desire to move somebody out of this energy of focusing so much on their independence and their work and being like, hey, let me in, you know. I see that vibe, okay? I do see that vibe. Somebody's totally in the dark. Like, are you feeling it too? Like, you know, do you want to connect too? So we got Earth sign energy out here too. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in the light. We also have Spade energy in the light. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right. I feel like it's all one energy, really. It's that Venus energy too. Because both Taurus and Libra share Venus as a ruler, and Venus is going to be in an Aquarius. So it is a little bit more of a kind of like, you know, a little bit more of a distant energy. I think that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with distance where you don't want distance. You're dealing with like a need to bridge some communication here and work something out. And you're trying to fight certain urges here. I feel like you're passionate. You're passionate here. You want to turn something around. I feel like the opportunity is coming in, but it does feel a little bit challenging here. Slow and steady is the way you want to do this. There's still something you have to discover here, something you need to learn. When you do, it will change how you play this game. You'll play more the long game, is what I feel. That's kind of how it's coming in, Aries, okay? Right, Taurus coming in at 108.29. New beginning of alignment for you, Taurus, okay? Let's see what this is. What's coming in for Taurus with this new moon energy that Sagittarius is kicking off? What is coming in for Taurus? What is coming in for Taurus during this lunar cycle that will culminate with that full moon in Gemini on the 15th? What is coming in for Taurus, Spirit? What does Taurus need to know at this time, Spirit? What does Taurus need to know at this time? I wanted to sneak out, but went back in. Okay. Is it safe? Safe for me to come out? Not yet. You might have somebody that's been kind of like trying to approach you. You've been trying to evade them. I don't know. I see you like seeing them come in, and so you kind of like duck around the corner, you know, you're asking your friend, did they leave yet? Did they get their coffee yet? Are they gone? Interesting message coming through there. Being evasive, are we? Okay, interesting. As I said that, we got this like blocking energy coming out. Oh yeah, somebody has been avoiding somebody. They've been leaving them on red. They're not responding to any of their messages here. All the messages are going straight to voicemail. You may even be wondering if your number's blocked in some cases, or they're wondering if you blocked them. Okay, this is somebody who's trying to get a hold of you. I see that. Or you're trying to get a hold of somebody and you're dealing with this. The desire is to, you know, get something started, light a fire under somebody's butt here. We got Queen of Clubs energy coming out here. Fire sign energy could play a role. Somebody could light your fire, right? That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming up in the light here. So, but it feels like somebody in this situation is avoiding. Somebody's going straight to voicemail. Somebody's left on red. Somebody feels like, come on, you know, let's get this going. And the other is like ducking out, man. Yeah, this Joker is ducking out, okay? They're cashing it in, man. I feel that. There's like a little tricky character here, you know, it's just like cashing it in. You know, they got what they wanted from the house, and now they're like they're on the road again. Interesting message. They're on to the next thing. Let's see what this is. Let's get some more details here for Taurus. What is this? You could be trying to light a fire under somebody's butt too in relation to some money. Okay. Either they owe you some money or you owe them some money. Somebody's ditching the other. And, you know, maybe somebody suspects this too. Like, you're avoiding me because you know you owe me that money. Where's my money? Yeah, I mean, somebody may have been, you know, kind of like off for a while, off for a while, off the map for a while, out of reach for a while, you know. There's a desire to move away from something that is, you know, trying to reestablish contact. That's what I got. There could be a money piece involved in this, and that could be why somebody is avoiding talking to a particular person. I do feel like there's something coming through again around this, maybe somebody popping up like in your environment. Somebody might pop up if they don't actually get communication. They might just pop up. I don't know why I got that. Like you're out somewhere and you see them, you're like, oh man, you gotta like duck. Let me gotta check here and see what we got. Yeah, this person, man, whoever this is, they are relentless. They are gonna take some action here. Okay, they are. They're gonna take some action here. Fire sign, oh, they come in with the Joker, you betcha, okay? Yeah, they might catch you by surprise. Here you are, you know, just going about your merry way, and all of a sudden, oh shit, there they are. Damn. Where's my money? Yeah, somebody's been trying to ditch somebody. I see that, okay? But they've been sending messages. They also, you know, they're trying to talk to you too. They may be using that as an excuse, like maybe somebody owes somebody money. They're using that as an excuse to get back in touch. Yeah, they're wanting to reunite here. I got that, okay? But somebody is super defensive here. Somebody's super defensive, and somebody just, they won't stop. They won't take no for an answer. Expect this character to come back around again. That looks like that's sort of like a main event for you, Taurus. It's coming in here during this cycle. Yeah, and you could have worked with this person. I do see that, okay? There could be like a work connection, or there's like some money that's owed here. But behind that, you know, somebody actually, you know, they feel like a little slighted, you know. They have the feels a bit. You know, they do. They have the feels a bit. So I don't know if this is somebody that you did some work with, or you were connected with at work, but they had a thing for you and you turned them down or something. Yeah. I feel like they're getting in touch with you around some finance stuff, right? But the motivation is different. It is. It's different, and you know it. I don't think it's like a mystery to you. Okay, Gemini coming in at 114.58. All right, Gemini, 114.58. 58.13. Okay, so you might have to like take what seems like a step back or revisit something this cycle in order to take back your power in a situation. It's like you really don't want to have to like revisit something, but you know you need to, you know you need to be right, within yourself. You got to address this. So I do see some piece of that coming in. I think it'll go well for you. All right. Okay, what is this for Gemini? What is coming in for Gemini in this lunar cycle, getting kicked off with this new moon? What's coming in for Gemini in this lunar cycle, being kicked off with this new moon? What's coming in for Gemini in this lunar cycle? Oh, is everybody having somebody approach them? Okay, we got a Jack of Hearts coming in here. So someone's coming towards you with good intentions, okay, loving intentions. Let's see what the nature of this approach is. It could be an invitation coming through. Okay, somebody's reaching out to you. They want to invite you. I heard in on something. Okay, let's see what this is. Invite you in on something. It feels like it's like a bit of a peace offering, because maybe there's been something lost here in the past with the 5 of diamonds coming up in the shadow, almost like you felt like, how come I wasn't included? Like you felt sort of left out of a situation. Yeah, and you really wanted to be a part of something. I see that, but you felt like, you were left out. Maybe 2 other people, teamed up with each other and left you out of the loop here. What we got coming in here? We got Queen of Spades energy. I feel like you feel a little bitter about this. You do. That's your energy. Okay. You could have also been dealing with another air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this could be somebody that you used to have a really good friendship with, or you used to be really close to, but there's been some distance in the situation. And you just feel like you're being left out, like you feel left out of the loop, all right? And there is something that's kind of being revisited here with the 3 of clubs. I feel like somebody's asking you if, you want to be in on something. It's like the energy is reversing, okay? Do you see? At one point, you were like left out, but now you're being called in. That's what I got, okay? You'll know what this is. Let me see if I can get any more details about this for you, Gemini. What is this? What is this coming back in for Gemini? I mean, I'm sure you'll have that thing for you, or it'll become clear as you move through this lunar cycle, but that's what it looks like. It looks like an invitation to be included in something. And you felt like you kind of just got cast aside, or you weren't part of it and bummed you out. So let's see what this is. I think you feel a little bitter about it, You feel a little bitter about it, but I see, this came out here. It's light cards. That's encouraging. What do we got? Yeah, I mean, because you felt like a real connection here. You did. You felt a real connection with this person. You know what it looks like to me, though? It looks like at one point they may have like followed a crowd and it created distance between you. But I think that the connection, it still remains, okay? So I do feel like this person's reaching out to you. And they're like, hey, you want in on this with me? Like, you want to do this with me? Like, this person's including you. And it's almost like they actually left behind those other people that they like moved away from you for, because they recognized they weren't really in alignment with them, but they are in alignment with you. So it does look like somebody's wanting to heal things with you and make things right. It looks like through inviting you to be part of something. They want to include you, which I think is beautiful, actually. That's really beautiful. They want, but you do feel a little cold here. You do. You're a little icy in this situation. I see that and I get it. I understand why you would feel that way. Yeah, you don't understand. How could you just like leave me behind like that? Yeah, you really want some answers. You're hurt by it. You're hurt by it. And yeah, you didn't like being made to feel like you were like the odd man out, you know? I see that. I see it. And you will speak to it. Yeah, you're going to speak to it. They might not like, some of the sharp words you have for them, but I do feel like whatever comes through, it resolves some conflict. It alleviates some kind of drama here. And let me do a cut of the deck and see what we got. Yeah, this could be in relation to an earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could be related to some kind of like project. It could be related to some kind of business endeavor here. Something where you felt really invested in it, right? Yeah, you could have lost some money too, I have to say, or your stability was affected in some way, or it affected your 10th house in some way, like your public reputation, your standing or something, or just affected you in terms of like what you'd been building for yourself, right? You may have felt like this person was working in opposition to you, I have to say. Whatever it was a raw deal. I can see why it was kind of like shady, man. I can, and why it was so disappointing. But it does look like there's a fulfillment that comes through this, exchange you have with this person. It sets something right. Okay, something's restored here. So I like that message for you. That's a good message, Gemini, right? A little blessing energy coming through there. Be open-minded when this person approaches. Okay, Cancer coming in at 122.02. What is coming in for Cancer Spirit during this new moon lunar cycle being kicked off by Sagittarius that culminates with the Gemini? Full moon on the 15th of December. Went off into the ether for a moment there, wandered off into the alfalfa. You may be feeling that way. Cancer may be sort of like awash in nostalgia. I'm getting like just sort of in this space where you're letting your consciousness just kind of like meander. That's what I got, You're focused on something, and then the next thing you know, you've been spirited away again, and you're off in the realm of fairy, and you're just sort of like in this sort of like dreamy kind of state. Interesting. Yeah, there might be a lot that's being activated for you right now. I got like nostalgia, memory, awakening memory. Okay, is coming in. All right, let's see what this is for Cancer. Bottom of the deck, energy. 3 of Diamonds. I got this message. It's like past, present, future selves all coming into alignment. Like there's like downloads coming in from almost like the past self, right? The self that is ready to come into being, and where you're at right now. It's something that's like, it's a recalibration point, and it's coming through this like sort of abstract communication. It's like different aspects of yourself in communication with you to sync you up on the right timeline. This is how the message is coming through, Cancer. Something is being tossed away here. Okay, what's blocking you? A Queen of Clubs in the shadow. Fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. A particular joker has been cast aside in a situation. I feel that. you've eliminated one source of the issue you've been grappling with here. So there might be something like a little bit of a psychological riddle you're trying to resolve here regarding some misalignment you're experiencing on your path. You may suspect interference. You may suspect spiritual work with the Queen of Clubs in the shadow crossing the Three of Diamonds in the light. You may be trying to sort through this as well and figure out if that's so. I do feel like you eliminated a particularly tricky element in a situation that maybe was even holding back your finances or was blocking your business in one way, shape, or form. Okay? Something that was impeding your financial growth or stability. This may have felt like a competitor kind of energy. I do feel like that's been effectively eliminated. But there's something here. I feel like you are wondering if you are being blocked by somebody actively. I also feel like simultaneously you're going through this deep, like integrative process here. You may also be actively manifesting something and you're sort of in this like alchemical process of sort of tempering yourself and making sure that before, because I see the energy's like blocking, right? So it's like you're sort of like waiting to take action until you've integrated whatever you're getting from your past and your future selves downloaded in the present moment. Now the Nine of Spades coming up in the shadow there with that. Yeah, there's something that is really is causing too much like trying to figure something out. It's sort of like more of the shadow aspect is taking hold, like more of the fear is taking hold. And this is a bit of a tricky element that needs to be cast away. It's sort of like ruminating on something so much, trying to figure something out, that it's causing you to sort of call the worries to you, call the fears to you. All right. And the thing is that there's some clear directive wants to come through for you, but it requires that you get out of this sort of thinking, okay? And if you feel like, especially at night, like if your thoughts get really busy at night, this is when it's very important for you to do some like warding of your space. And also just creating a nice calm atmosphere for yourself so you don't put yourself in that space where you're all wound up in your head and you can't rest. This is an influence that needs to be cleared out because there is some kind of alignment that wants to come in for you, right? That really lights the way forward for you. But I am picking up this piece that you suspect that somebody may be doing something to block you. Some of you may be concerned about spiritual work. Let me see if that's the case, because it is coming up very strongly for someone. You may suspect a Queen of Clubs, could be fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Also, you just suspect somebody may be throwing something your way that's blocking you. Is this true? Is this true? Oh my goodness, look at all this. It's kind of all over the place. Seven of Diamonds in the shadow. Queen of Hearts in the shadow. That's your energy, okay? What do we got here? Two of Clubs. Crossing. Totally open. There's no blockages on your path. There aren't. There's no blockages on your path. Where you suspect a Queen of Clubs is doing something to block you, not so. She's coming through to clarify in the light. No. You don't have fire sign throwing anything at you. This is what you suspect. You suspect that somebody is throwing some stuff your way and that they're trying to block the fulfillment of your desires, that they are blocking you. They're doing some kind of blocking, thwarting work. This is what you believe, but it's not so. At least that's what the cards are saying. It's not so. It is not so. Okay? That's not where the karmic balance is to be hashed out, I have to say. There's something that you have your defenses up around that actually is not on the offensive. That's how it's coming through. Okay? I think this is a case of a little bit of a trickster medicine that's operating here, because there's something you're psychologically integrating, and you could be integrating like past experiences where you dealt with a lot of betrayal, or you dealt with a lot of like just untrustworthy people, situations, and that, you know, could be sort of influencing what's coming into the present moment, even as you're shedding like all that stuff and you're doing all this inner work and you're ready to move into the future incarnation of yourself that's waiting to be, you know, stepped into. I feel like there's something that's being bridged here. You're just about at the unification point, but there's something here about investing in this worry. See, because here's your energy crossing the investment of growth in a direction. You have to kind of drop this line of thinking, because it looks to me like your road is open. Your road isn't blocked. The blockage is from thinking that somebody else is blocking it. Once you see this, then you'll have the karmic balance and you'll be able to just move forward freely by investing your energy in taking those steps to move into your future self. That's what I got. You're not being blocked. You think you are, but you're not. You're not being blocked. Cut the deck. What do we got here? Yes, see, something needs to be balanced out here with the 6 of diamonds coming up in the shadow to the 9 of diamonds in the shadow. It's like you feel like somebody is being a thwarting influence, or they're not assisting you in some regard. But this is about you needing to invest in yourself and what you want to create here in order to see the fulfillment you're looking for, because your road isn't blocked. It's just you've been more invested in sort of like this idea that other people are working to block your path. That's how it's coming through. Like you suspect somebody's causing problems for you, and they're not. I think you're going to have this revealed to you. You're going to understand where this is coming from. Okay? Now, I'm not saying if you don't enjoy somebody's energy that you shouldn't put, you know, boundaries down as far as letting them in. But if you think that somebody is actively doing something to create problems for you, maybe in relation to your work or your finances, okay, that they're causing problems and interfering, or they're blocking your growth in your work or your finances, no. It's not coming through like that. They're not. And they're not throwing any magic your way. If you're suspecting that, it came out as a clear no, because that Queen of Clubs in the shadow got clarified with the Queen of Clubs and light. So it could also be that sort of like the real fly in the ointment kind of made a break for it, because you've been fixating on the wrong person. And in fixating on the wrong person who's the troublemaker, it's just only served to hold you back. Okay? There's something about just take the steps though, because you're not blocked. You're not blocked. You're not blocked. The energy has cleared. It's dissipated. You are not blocked. In fact, it's old stuff. That's what I feel with the Ace of Clubs in the shadow in reverse. It's showing that, you know, everything you need for overcoming this, your success, it's all there once you uproot this sabotaging influence. It's something that's like a It's like a psychic imprint from experiences you've been through in the past, and it makes you feel like it's playing out presently, and it's not. It's not. But you can only cut this cord. This is what I'm getting. You can only cut this cord in your consciousness. It's like it's a repetitive sort of circular thought process that keeps you going back to the activation of that energy, but it's activating a past energy. It's not what's currently present. You will see this though. It does look like you get on the same page and you're able to move the energy out. You're able to close what's been a really difficult cycle with the 10 of spades in the shadow to the 8 of hearts in the light. I do see you figuring out how to actually get the bridge, to get over that particular, loop, all right, that sets you free. And it also brings you into the alignment that has you taking tangible steps to move forward. But where you keep thinking somebody's throwing something at you, they're not, okay? So be careful of, if you're somebody who works on that level, be careful of throwing things around, because it looks like who you think is interfering with you isn't, okay? Got Leo coming in at 135.46. Leo coming in at 145.36. All right, Leo. Let's see what's coming in for you, Leo. What is coming in for Leo with this new moon lunar cycle? What is coming in for Leo with this new moon lunar cycle? Kicked off by Sagittarius and culminating with the full moon in Gemini on the 15th of December. What's coming in for Leo with this new moon lunar cycle? What's coming in for Leo with this new moon lunar cycle? Okay. We got the 5 of spades in reverse. So this is a moment of kind of turning around an energy that at one time really robbed you. We have the Joker here coming up in the shadow with this 5 of spades. This is somebody who did a number on you. They might have stolen from you. They might have stolen your money, okay? You might have something come to light. If you'd had anything funny going on with your money, you might actually be figuring out what happened here, okay? Something might be illuminated for you. Interesting. You could be a Cancer, Leo, Cusper. I mean, I just read on them and they had kind of a similar energy. In their situation, though, this Joker had kind of like already left the scene and somebody else was sort of the target of being the problem. It's like a misplaced suspicion, right? Like not looking in the right direction. And then when I look here for Leo, we got this Joker showing up again, but this Joker has been sussed out. That's what I see, okay? So you could be connected to a Cancer, or you could be a Cancer, Leo, Cusper, but you're figuring this out, like where the betraying influence is coming from, where the sneaky, thieving energy is coming from. You're figuring this out. Yep, you're figuring this out. Oh, whoa! Look at this, double Jokers, man. Jokers, wild, and with that, 2 of diamonds in the shadow. Time's up for these 2 Jokers here. Woo! Time's up. That is like, there's a judgment being called on these 2 Jokers. If somebody was messing with your stability, if somebody's been messing with your finances, if somebody ripped you off, if somebody tried to take something that belonged to you here, ooh, these 2, man, they're about to have some rough stuff roll out. I have to tell you, this is the Jokers getting caught up. Tricksters got them tricked, okay? They tried to come up against another trickster and that didn't fare too well for them, all right? Got them caught up. Woo, yep. Okay, and right with that, we got the Queen of Diamonds coming out here in the light, okay? So I feel like where your stability or your standing, your finances, anything in relation to your work, your home, I'm getting here, has been kind of funny. Somebody's been messing with something here. You're about to have restoration here. Something's being cooked up here for you, I have to say, by spirit. It's a little divine retribution, okay? Don't worry about that, all right? This Joker is about to be caught up. Who's ever been causing you problems? It looks like there's two people here. Yep, and something you should have received a long time ago, it's about to come in for you. Oh, it's been through a lot. It was in a holding pattern forever, but it's about to come in here with the Three of Clubs, okay? So this looks like things are going to work out for you. You could have been dealing with an earth sign energy that's been problematic here, potentially. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? It's somebody that you already you let go of this person, you let go of this connection, you let go of this situation. You've also, been just working really hard to release a lot here, just let go of a lot. Maybe because you had to, maybe because of some major losses here, perhaps because what should have been, a happy ending to a particular situation, a particular storyline turned out to really be more like a Grimm's fairy tale here. I do feel like there was something real rough that you dealt with here. You felt very betrayed, man. But those responsible are getting caught up. There's two. It looks like two are having a little karmic balance coming out. They're on the end of it. That it's a little bit of a rough ride, I have to say. But for you, it looks like you're free and clear here. You're moving ahead. So this is very positive energy, okay? Yeah, this was a really difficult soul connection you had here, right? This person came in and they gave you a box of darkness, but you're starting to see what the gift is on the other side. You will see it. You will. It's hidden from you right now, but there is a gift that comes through this cycle ending, and there will be justice in this situation. That's what I got. I know you're very angry about it now. I see that. That's your energy. Okay, there is bitterness here. But I'm telling you, when you see how things are balanced out, you'll feel quite differently about it, right? Your energy transforms, okay? So kind of a continuation message for those of you that are Cancer, Leo, Cuspers. And if not, I don't know. Maybe there still is something for Cancer there as well. Might be connected to a Cancer in this situation, okay? Looks good though. This looks really positive how this shakes out for you. All right, Virgo at 142.39. All right. What is coming in for Virgo in this new moon cycle that's been kicked off by Sagittarius and will culminate with the full moon in Gemini on the 15th of December. What is coming in for Virgo here? Okay, that really wants to stop right there. Very clear. All right, well, I think you have become quite clear about what's no longer an option for you. I feel like you've been in a process of eliminating options. You're pulling out your energy from anything that's proven to be a disappointment for you, okay? From now on, you want to experience nothing but fulfillment, all right? Even though, we never can have this sort of like idealistic life, you do know that you've dealt with more than your fair share of not being fulfilled. I think that you're starting to realize the factors that keep creating that scenario, and you're eliminating them one by one. You're letting them go one by one. Everything that's been interfering with you having the ability to have things culminate on your terms, for you to experience the fulfillment you want to experience. You've dealt with a lot of disappointment here. And that's had something to do with options being entertained perhaps that weren't worth your time, okay? But that's shifting here because I see you eliminating these options that have kept you in a place where you haven't been able to experience the fulfillment you want to have. Well, let's see what's going on here. What's coming in here for Virgo in this new moon cycle? What's coming in for Virgo? What's coming in for Virgo? Okay. All right. It's a little 50-50. There's light up ahead, even though you may not see it now. There's light up ahead. But just as you cross, you know, into that lighter, brighter time in your life, you may feel like all of a sudden you're encountering a block. Yep, you feel like you're encountering a block, like something is stopping you from moving forward in a direction that, you know, was supposed to lead to you feeling fulfilled. That's what I got. What's crossing here? Oh man, it's this need for stability. It's this need for having, you know, sort of a foundation in place for your new beginning. Some of you may really be needing, you know, a better living situation. You may be needing a better financial base to work with. You may be needing a better job, you know. You're wanting just something to feel more stabilized here. I feel like the stability is coming in for you. You will have the foundation you need to move forward, but you feel like you already sort of like eliminated a lot of options. You've been crossing one thing off after another. You've been making concessions and compromises in some cases. You've dealt with the disappointment. You've like let all that go. And you feel like, okay, I've like started to move into the new energy, but just as I start to follow my heart, then all of a sudden it's like, oh man, you know, 7 of spades. I feel like I'm ripped off again. Like, what's going on here? Like time just keeps marching and I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. All right. But there's something here that you don't see. Okay. And we got the 8 of diamonds here coming up in the shadow. Okay. So yeah, I feel like you're tired of working so hard and feeling like you're not getting anything out of all this work you're putting in. The work you're putting in is not just in relation to your work, like getting your coin up and all that. It's just like, why does everything have to be so freaking hard? It seems like it should be a lot easier than this, okay? And there's something here too. You could be dealing with a character who's like gone kind of cold, or maybe they're making things feel a little bit more difficult for you. We got a King of Spades here. This could also be something that, you know, you've faced off with in the past, and this might be kind of coming back around again. And it's sort of a challenging situation. You might even have to work with this individual, or there's somehow somebody that you have to work with, you know, in order to get where you want to go, perhaps. This could even be an ex that you have to deal with, all right? Or there's something you have to close out in an old work situation, all right? It's definitely some stuff that has you caught up in a negative cycle and you're ready to just have it transformed already so you can move ahead. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? And I do feel like you're going to get where you need to go here, though. You see, something does work out. So for some of you, this is in relation to an ex, something that needs to be released. Maybe it's taken too much of your time, energy, focus. This needs to be released, right? Completely, so that two can come into alignment with each other here. I do feel like there's something that's being wrapped up from the past, but you're frustrated, man, because you're wanting things to move forward more quickly. Like a lot of you are ending one major chapter in your life and you're ready to get on with the new life, but you feel like so much of your time and your energy is being sapped by, you know, a difficult work situation and the things you need materially to manifest, sort of feeling like they're blocked. I don't think you're held back, okay? Not much longer. I know it's been challenging here with the 8 of spades. You felt like trapped, you know, like trapped in the old cycle, but you're about to bust out of that, okay? You got to start looking at things in a new way. It takes time to lay down the right foundation here, right? Not everything's going to be instantaneous, especially in this astro climate. Let me do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. Okay. Yeah, you're still balancing something out. Okay. That's why you feel a little held back here. It's going to take as long as it takes to close this out, whatever this is. I feel like it's a person you're dealing with here. Okay. And something you need to balance out. For some of you, it's an ex. Okay. Others of you, it's somebody who stands in direct opposition to a direction you want to move in. And before you can move in this direction, you have to have things squared away with this person. It's just part of the deal here, I see. Yeah. And I think that that's challenging with the 7 of diamonds there. You don't want to invest any more energy in this, and yet it's a necessary hurdle. You got to work with this person. You got to work this out in order to get forward momentum going here. And you will. And for a lot of you, this ties in directly to your work. And there might be some kind of like old work situation you're closing out, or somebody you have to work with that's really difficult here, or you're dealing with an ex, you're trying to start, your new life and your new direction. You need certain practical things in place, but you're going through the messy process of balancing everything out with this ex, It's frustrating, it's difficult, it's challenging. You will get to the other side of it though, okay? I do see something coming through for you that sort of gives you the green light on one of those financial building blocks you've needed for your future, or one of those stability building blocks. Okay, so there's some kind of good news coming in here in relation to your new foundation. So this could be hearing that, you got the place if you've been trying to find a new place to live, or this could be you got the job, or the settlement came through. It's something related to your financial independence that's been really blocked, and that's been preventing you from moving forward in the way your heart wants to move forward to feel really fulfilled, okay? Could be in relation to a water sign energy. Some good news comes in here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And then, yeah, then the fire's lit again. You're like, okay, now I got a way through, I got a way forward. And you'll feel good about how you're moving forward here. Okay, so something's being ironed out, but it's just taking a little bit longer than you want it to. Your worries are unfounded. Stop worrying about it. You'll balance out these issues. You'll get moving forward with Queen of Spades there. Okay, so where you think there's a problem with closing out this cycle, there won't be. Okay, and where things have been problematic with an ex, I think it's going to work out. Everything is going to be fine, but it's just going to take the time it's going to take. A little frustrating. I get it. You're chomping to get ahead, but it is what it is, man. Okay, Libra coming in at 152.20. All right, Libra, judgment's being called on a situation, divine judgment. It's leading to an ace kind of energy. Let's see what kind of ace energy wants to come through for you, Libra. What's coming in for Libra with this new moon? What's coming in for Libra with this new moon in Sagittarius that culminates with the full moon in Gemini on the 15th of December? What's coming in for Libra? All right. Oh, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. That's what I just heard. Yeah, you've been trying to recover from some kind of loss, something that was cut off, something that it could have been like a source of income or something. It's been a little frustrating for you, figuring out how to recover from this loss. There could have been some kind of element that was in play that was impeding growth in a direction where you were really wanting to see growth, all right? And you may have had to move away from investing your time and energy in a particular situation against sort of your will, You didn't want to have to pull your energy out of investing in a certain direction, but you felt like you had to. You had to. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't noticed that before. See, there's this sort of like split here on this 5 of diamonds, and it's right at the 3. And then there's 2 that rise up here. And see, this was the element that sort of sabotaged this. So you could have cut yourself off from 3 other people. You might have had to cut yourself off from 3 other people who were maybe creating some complication in what you were wanting to invest some energy in. But you saw this, I can't come into alignment with this. That's what it feels like. So you had to pull your energy out. You didn't want to, though, but you had to, because you recognized something couldn't work. Yeah. And as a result, you know, you sacrificed this. This is an ace of diamonds here in the shadow. So there's some new beginning that was lost, or hope to sort of invest your energy in a particular direction. What's ace you're getting here? You're getting the ace of clubs, okay? I knew an ace was going to come in for you. We had 2 show up. So this looks like one path was sacrificed so you could take an action to head down another. You may not know, well, what action am I supposed to take? You will soon. This is a very imminent energy coming in here. You're about to direct your power in a very specific direction, in a very specific way. And this other energy here, it was a misalignment. You recognize that with the theory of 11 in reverse. And I think that you're just, you know, chalking this up to the game. Okay. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. There's some lesson you didn't need to learn twice. That's what I got. Okay. So now this power is being put in your hands. This power is being put in your hands to recover from this loss. How will you use this power? How will you use this power? There's something about being mindful of the use of this power. All right. Ooh, double joker energy here in the light. Okay. Make it a divine play, Libra. How will you exercise this power? How are you going to wield this fire? Let me see. This is also like unexpected news coming in. It puts you in a position you didn't expect to be in. It puts a certain power in your hands. This is a strong beginning for you. This new moon is ushering in a strong beginning for you. This marks the time when the tables start to turn, okay? A lot of divine play coming in here. Whoo, 10 of diamonds in a light. Okay, so you're activating some kind of legacy energy here. Oh, you're going to have a very, very different kind of effect on people moving forward here, I see. There's something about the impression this will make, okay? 10th house lit up as well. Okay, so there is something here that it's very visible. It's very visible. And ooh, look at this. Away fall all these outside energies, and 2 come into alignment with 7 here. Now, in your download the other night, it came in that 7 is your lucky number. So there is some kind of alignment coming in here. And whatever this alignment is, it's very visible. But it required certain people needed to get out of the way. I feel like you recognize this, okay? You decided, I'm not going to let myself be fooled again. You might have spotted something in a group dynamic that you're like, I know this. I've seen this before. I'm not getting pulled into this kind of stuff again. It was a good call, all right? Because something is coming about to rectify what you feel was a loss, okay? There's a lot of humor in it. There's a lot of humor in it. Maybe for 2 of you, you know, you'll have a good laugh about it. What went pear-shaped, it will seem just right. Interesting. Okay, one more round here. Anything else for Libra in relation to this? Okay, a little shadow element there. Coming up with a light element. Okay, so let's see what this is. Queen of Spades in the shadow. Ooh. Okay, you have to be careful. I have to tell you, Libra, you have to be careful in relation to those that, you know, you cut yourself off from. It may even appear that you were really cold in taking this action. I feel like that's something that you don't need to justify here, okay? But I'm getting, be careful how you use your power, because you could be getting a little bit of a test here too. There is some opportunity coming in here. It does provide a lot of advancement for you, but you do have to be aware that people are watching. And are you real, Libra? Do you stand on business? Do you practice what you preach here? Because I feel like you could find yourself in a particular position where if you wanted to, you could use that power in a very destructive way to bring balance to what caused you to have to abandon an opportunity in the past. But you need to not get distracted by that, okay? This is not speaking to every Libra, but it is coming out in the shadows, so I do have to bring it in, okay? Don't misuse the power in that way, or the joke will be on you, all right? Don't blow it now. See, if this light fell here, right on top of this theory of 11, this light influence, what is this? See, there's some communication, there's some kind of movement that wants to happen in this alignment, but it's like it's being weighed up in the scales of justice at the South Node, Libra, okay? So if you want to see movement forward and you coming into alignment here with the theory of 11 and see the actual manifestation of your road opening, everything hinges on how you exercise your power at this point. Don't blow it. Don't focus on these jokers here who made a mess of things, where you had to kind of like just cut something off and a path disappeared. Where old Jockle Frosty came and iced over a path that you were hoping would build a bridge to your future. The proper alignment wants to come in, but it won't if you keep looking back there, or if you feel like you have to met out some kind of justice. That's not your role, Libra. You're supposed to hold shadow and light in balance, right? So this looks really good because you are being given this power with this Ace of Clubs, okay? And it does light up your destiny. It does activate sort of like an enduring legacy energy here. And there's something about it really lighting up your 10th house. It's good, all right? It brings you into perfect alignment, but it does require that you let some things that need to be laid to rest remain at rest. Let sleeping dogs lie, Libra. That's what I get. Or else you'll get yourself caught up, okay? Pay attention to this. There will be a lot that will be revisited, reviewed, looked at in a new way over the next 8 weeks, okay? By the end of the 8 weeks, though, I do feel like there will be a moving forward here. That's when your road opens. But before that can happen, a source of conflict needs to fall away, okay? That's what I got before this alignment comes in. Let me do one final cut of the deck, and we'll close this out. Yeah. 7 of Spades coming to light, okay? And with that, we've got the Jack of Hearts coming in here. And after the Jack of Hearts, we have the alignment, okay? You're almost there. You're almost there. You're about to cross the threshold between, the past and the future. Don't waste any time looking back at what held you back in the past, all right? You can only steal this opportunity from yourself. That's what I got. Don't sabotage yourself. You're working with a little trickster medicine right now, okay? So be live. All right, Scorpio coming in at 2:03:38. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what we got for you coming in here. I might need to announce that time again because I am having to gather up these cards here, and I want to make sure I get them all up right as I integrate them back in this deck. Everything comes in as a message, okay? So you may be, you know, feeling like you got to get some things straightened out, you know, before you can get back to something. You know, got to get everything just right before you feel like you can really move forward, Scorpio. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give a second time stamp there. 20428 for Scorpio. Yes, now the old cycle's closed, ready to move forward. Vision hatched. Okay, let's check this out, Scorpio. You may be wrapping up some details. I got that, okay? Wrapping up some details. I am getting an image right now. I see boxes. I see boxes. I see boxing stuff up. So you may be preparing for a move, or you may be getting rid of items, or you may be sending off care packages to someone. But it looks like boxing things up. It looks like mementos. You might have opened up some boxes too. It took you down memory lane. This energy coming in, Scorpio. 'Tis the season, I have to say, also with a Mercury retrograde, absolutely. All right, let's check it out. What's coming in for Scorpio here? Whew, yeah. Heavy times, closing out some past stuff with the Queen of Spades here, coming up in the shadow. Heavy duty Libra South Node energy. An unsavory truth that needs to be integrated. Could be concerning an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be concerning an ex. Could be just, you know, drawing that final line under the past, you know. Yes, nostalgia. It can bring forward memories that are sweet and comforting. It can also bring back the sting sometimes too, I have to say. The deck's turned upside down, so that's interesting. Okay, this could be in relation to somebody who moved away from you with the Seven of Hearts. It was in reverse. I just turned the deck around though. So this could be in relation to somebody who, you know, sort of like you feel like they treated you maybe like an option, okay? They decided to go in a different direction. This energy coming in, there's a recognition that now you got, you know, you got more options now. You got more possibilities. But there is a little like, there's a sting here. There's a bitterness, okay? There's a bitterness in regard to this. So let's get some more details coming in here. I feel like you're kind of in this place where you want to be alone right now. Yeah, you're not really wanting to talk to people. Yeah, you're not wanting to talk to people right now. It's sort of like you're being very selfish with your energy, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like you need to focus on yourself right now. You can't deal with other people's energy right now. There's something kind of heavy that you're integrating here. People feel like you're kind of like cut off, but there's something here that you're preparing for. There's a new beginning, opening as you're sort of integrating this stuff too. It's interesting. I got a lot of blockage around the throat chakra coming in with you. I just get this. You're not wanting to talk to anybody. Maybe also there's something about whatever you're leaving behind here. Like it takes a lot. You know what I mean? It takes a lot. It's not easy for you to cut this off. And maybe as you're trying to cut this off, somebody keeps trying to like keep one foot in the door, or the situation keeps kind of like resurfacing again. And so it's sort of like picks at old wounds. You know what I mean? You're just like, look, it's not easy for me to cut this off, and I'm doing what I can to cut this off because there's something else coming in for me. And I do see there is something opening up for you as you're in this process of really trying to be firm about drawing a line under the past. Okay. And it could be in relation to an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But even as you're in this spot, there's like something new already coming into view. So it's an interesting time for you, I got. Okay, give me some more details about this for Scorpio. there is some new opportunity coming in here for you. So, I mean, again, some of you could be moving. You're opening up to a brand new experience. You know that you got options, and the options you got before you, you know, there's positive options up ahead. But at the same time, what you're walking away from, what you're pulling out investment from, it's hard for you. Yeah, it's hard for you. It is. It's hard for you. But you see, you're getting a fresh start in a new direction here. You could even be coming into alignment with somebody else. It's just you recognize that there's something you had to leave behind here. And you may have felt like your hand was forced in regard to that, okay? But there wasn't growth in a previous direction. The new direction brings growth for you. May bring financial growth for you too. But it's sort of like you had to step into this growth by necessity. I do got that. I do. Because there's something you had to let go of that you really didn't want to, but you knew you had to if you were going to heal and if you were going to continue to grow. And if there's some kind of new, you know, alignment that could come in here for you. And it might be financially, okay? It might be financially. And I do feel like whatever this is, some of you will be moving to a new home. And it does require that you leave something behind. I think that it's difficult for you to let go, but you know it's the right choice. You'll be very happy with where you end up. You'll really be glad that you let go of whatever this is to move in this new direction. It does, you know, get you to a place where you feel like really stable in your life. And I feel like whatever you're leaving behind here, it just never could offer you the fulfillment that you really wanted or deserve, okay? And the new direction you're heading in, it does bring real stability into your life. I see that, okay, with the King of Diamonds here. So I see finances really improving. I also see you in more of an empowered position financially. You could have a strong earth sign placement in your chart. The earth aspect of your chart is really being activated here. I feel like there's a lot of growth in the new direction you're heading in financially. You have a lot of stability there. And I also feel where you're leaving behind a connection that you feel like they treated you as an option, like a romantic connection. What you are coming into alignment with is somebody who really will want to invest in a future with you. Okay. Somebody more stable, somebody you can really count on. They could have a strong earth placement in their chart. This person also is very enterprising. This person has a lot of respect. This person is really good with their finances. They could even be a businessman, okay? But this looks good for you. And it does give you the stability you seek. Not just the stability, though. It also brings you happiness. And it turns around a disappointment. But I just feel like as you're integrating this and as you're preparing to step into the future here, it's harsh. It is. You know, you're moving through some heavy pain. Just try to stay focused on why you made that cut. Okay, it might be challenged a little bit. Give me some more details. I wonder if maybe somebody that you released is going to be reaching out to you, and that it might make things difficult. You might be choosing not to respond, not to communicate because you have to. I don't know. There's almost this piece of like you feel like initially you have to go cold to get beyond this, because if you don't, you recognize that it could hold you back. Okay. You know, maybe people don't understand that, or you feel like you're dealing with some judgment around that. It doesn't matter what other people think. Yeah, I feel like that's what it is. You might have even like, you know, kind of gone quiet on social media. You used to be really active on social media. You're not really posting right now. You're not really interacting on social media. You're in the process of ending cycle on something. You know it's the right thing to do. And at the same time, it's hard for you. Okay? But you recognize it's time to block interfering elements. And if you continue to hold space for this, it's really betraying the new beginning you want to see in your life. And there is something that balances out here with the King of Spades. So I like this. It's like you're taking action to cut off the nonsense. You see? It's like you may feel, you may feel like you have to go real cold to take the action you need to take. Others may interpret it as you're taking a real cold action or you're just being too harsh here. But whatever this is, it shows it's actually a decisive, wise action here because it cuts off what's been a very sabotaging influence, betraying influence. And what it betrays most is yourself, okay? And the kind of fulfillment and happiness you want here. The ending is necessary. The ending is necessary so you can find that, that place that feels right, in your heart. It's also about having happiness and a sense of stability in tandem with that, And something was being compromised here and it was creating a lot of disappointment and also conflict. I am getting a piece about a living situation. So I feel like wherever, you're moving to or whatever is shifting here in a home situation, you'll be happy. It brings a new sense of stability and it brings a sense of peace to your heart. So whatever transition this is, it's good. All right. And where you had to let go of somebody that you viewed as your happily ever after, your soulmate, you are recognizing that you gained a lot of experience from this character. They taught you some valuable lessons and it's bringing about true alignment for you. So this is like sacrificing something that you used to think this is it. This is my destiny. And recognizing that no, it's not. And it's not easy for me to let this go. And I feel like I have to go real cold here to do this. And I think people are misunderstanding why I'm taking such a harsh action, but I have to. It's almost like you have to in order to get enough distance from this. That's what I feel. It's like there's a part of you that's aware of the ways that you could betray yourself by letting this back in a moment of weakness. So this might be challenged a little bit for you. You could have this character reaching out to you and you may be tempted to sort of like leave the door ajar, so to speak. But I think that ultimately, I think many of you will just choose to let it go to voicemail, choose to leave it on red, choose to not even respond. And it may seem a little bit harsh, but it's the measure that's needed at this time so you can keep moving forward. Otherwise, you feel like you could get pulled back into an old cycle and you don't want to go back there. I see that. It was really hard for you to make these changes that you made. All right. Let me do a cut of the deck just to cap that off for you. I do feel like you are pulling your energy back though from like social media. You're not really active right now. You may have even, done some blocking on social media. Okay. Or you closed an old account, you started a new one, something like this. Cut of the deck. Yeah. See, there's something here that you're currently in process of balancing out. It did rock your stability in some way. I see that. Okay. And it's been difficult here, but you let something go and you're still in process with this. Okay. But where you felt stuck, you're not stuck anymore. I see that. You finally got out of your head. You're making an executive decision as you move into this cycle. You're tossing aside what doesn't work. It never will work because the power dynamics are off. They're just off. They're off. They're off. Somebody wants to have all the control in the situation. They want things their way. This could be related to a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's also coming in with water really strong. So they could have strong fire and water in their chart. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This just was never going to work out because it was more about a power dynamic. There was a lot of passion in this connection, I feel. Okay, a lot of passion, but it never was going to be what you wanted it to be. That's what I got. You didn't want to be somebody's option. You didn't want that to be the foundation of how you move forward, and it is effectively blocked. And I do feel like there is something that you learned here, and it made you pull out your involvement in this situation. If you haven't yet, if it's still hidden, you will find out about this, okay? But I do see you choosing to block about. But it opens you up to new alignment. So ultimately, it's in the best interest here, I have to say. What's this card here? Yep. The road opens, blocks removed, okay? The right alignment's coming in. This is the right choice, okay? So don't let other people judge you, put any of their BS on you, make you feel like, you're being too harsh in what you're doing here. I get its proper measure with what you've been through in this situation. It is the right call. And ultimately, you got to do what you need to do in order to stay on a path of growth. I support you, Scorpio. All right. Thanks for dropping in. I'll be back again next Wednesday. Bring in some more stuff. I don't know what we'll do. We'll figure it out as we go. But I will be bringing in a read for Sagittarius for their solar return, a quest read. So do be on the lookout for that. All right. Take care.